I would like to welcome all of you for the 5,581st meeting of the Rotary Club in Chicago. Thank you very much. And I would like to take the opportunity to welcome you to our very special event, to the JOB1 Awards and Appreciation Banquet. Allow me to introduce the head of it all, our president nominee, Alita Williams, who is our Alita is going to be president in the years 2023-2024, and she is the district committee chair for DEI, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for this coming year, 21-22. Also, Alita is involved in the district governor nominating committee, and she is chairperson of this wonderful signature project of our club. Alita, you are in Gillespie House. Congratulations, and I give you the floor.
I would like to invite Rob Harney up to give our thought of the day.
Thank you, Alita. And today's thought of the day comes from an anonymous poem that I heard years ago that had an impact on me and my life. And I think with JOB1 and everything that's been done, and I'd like to thank all the employers for stepping up, because it's about maybe some life lessons. I bargained with life for a penny, and life would pay no more. However, I begged at evening when I counted my scanty store. For life is a just employer. He gives you what you ask. But once you have set the wages, why, you must bear the task. I worked for a menial's hire, only to learn dismayed that any wage I had asked of life, life would have willingly paid.
So for our general announcement, next Tuesday's meeting featuring Dr. Ray Hodgins, he will discuss his latest project, Mother and Babies Hospitals in Nepal. It will be a virtual and Facebook Live event only. There will not be an in-person component, so we do hope to see you all there. So JOB1, to give you all a brief history of JOB1, it has been on the slideshow, which everyone here in person hasn't seen the slideshow. We had iPads, but it's so bright and sunny, the iPads are freaking out, so sorry about that. JOB1 started over 15 years ago, in which it started as a program in conjunction with the City of Chicago's Job First program. And we've continued that program, in which we work with Chicago high school juniors and seniors and pair them up with wonderful employers in various professions throughout the city. So we have manufacturers, lawyers, IT professionals, caterers, everything like that, so that we give our students the greatest opportunity that there is, experience and learning how to work in a professional environment. So we would like for you to also help JOB1 continue its great work. This year, we are doing a silent auction to help raise money so that we can continue to give the college awards, in which we give out to our students. Each student is eligible, each graduating senior, is eligible to apply for up to a $2,500 scholarship, college awards off to college. And so we want to continue to do that far into the future. So on our online people, they have given you all the link. Those in person, you all get to see the beautiful baskets that we have. There are many great things up for auction: an instant bar, an instant wine cellar. Desmond Clark has signed a hat and a football that for all those sports enthusiasts, a dinner for four, a free membership to Alliance Francaise. So there are great things available for anyone to be a part. Sorry. So next is our wonderful speaker. Today, our speaker is Vivette Payne. She is the president of the Avery Payne Group, which specializes in organization, team, and leadership development. Her expertise includes leadership coaching, team building, the custom design and delivery of leadership and other skill development programs, and facilitating planning and strategy development. Vivette has worked in a variety of industries, including insurance, electronics, financial services, healthcare, government, education, petroleum, communications, and manufacturing. Prior to establishing her own business, Vivette was a senior consultant and lead instructor for Interaction Associates and a senior human resource manager for FMC Corporation. She is also the author of the Team Building Workbook, an AMA book, Planning and Managing Change, First Level Leadership, and Coaching for High Performance. She has served as an advisory editor for the American Management Association. Vivette holds a bachelor's degree in psychology and a master's degree in organization. And she has won countless awards, including the Avery Payne Group has also been awarded the U.S. Commerce Association's Outstanding Business Award. We welcome Vivette Payne.
Okay. Well, good afternoon. Thank you for having me. It's a lovely day, and congratulations to all of the students. I don't really need the first slide. Let me just tell you, I'm going to talk about managing and making transitions. In my work as a consultant, a new job, a new organization, and some are making life transitions. So I thought I would share with you, because you all are transitioning from high school to college. What are some of the things that I have found help people make successful transitions? Let's talk about looking for success. And my tip, can everybody hear me? I tend to walk around. Okay, I'll stay put. Okay. My advice there is to train your mind to look for success. Because what we see is that success-dominated thinking tends to become a habit. And of course, the reverse is true. Here's what I would suggest. Every day, consider something that you accomplished and celebrate it. Don't just let it pass by. What did I accomplish today? Make a note of it and celebrate it. What you find is that when you celebrate what you accomplished, the behavior that was a part of it, you embed that behavior. And so when you face larger challenges, it's easier to call them up because you've been thinking about them and they've become a part of who you are. Next slide. I'm going to encourage you, secondly, to experience each day. And that advice is really living in the now. You know, when we're in transitions, it can become difficult to really stay focused and to stay present, because our tendency is to begin thinking about what could happen and start speculating. That kind of speculation drains my energy. So I'm going to encourage you, use your energy to deal effectively with today and focus on the opportunities that are before you rather than potential problems. When I entered college many, many years ago, undergraduate, I had decided that I wanted to be a campus leader. My parents had sacrificed a lot to send me away to school, and I said, I'm going to make the most of this opportunity. Now, the college I went to had very, very few people of color, but I was determined that this was going to be a goal of mine. It was interesting as I talked to people about the goal. Very often they said, well, there are going to be some obstacles. You may not be able to do this. You may not be able to do that. So much of the talk was around the barriers I would face. And my response to them was, if that happens, I'll deal with it at the time, but I'm not going to worry about it now. So my advice is live in the now, use your energy today purposely to deal what's in front of you today. As it turns out, I achieved my goal in a very spectacular way. Yay. All right, thanks. Okay. Next slide. Okay. Third, I would say learn from everything. Just know that any kind of transition has some degree of difficulty and some degree of risk. That's inevitable. And for most of us, that calls up some degree of fear because we're going from what we know to what is unknown. My advice to you is to lean into the fear. What do I mean by that? I mean accept it, realize it's natural. Don't procrastinate and wait for the fear to subside. Just keep going. What you can do if you do that is you can learn from everything that happens during your transition and invest it. What do I mean by that? When I look at people and work with people who have made very successful transitions, everything that happens during the transition is a learning moment for them. So when things go well, they're pleased about that, they celebrate it. When things don't go well, it doesn't represent a setback for them. What they say is, all right, I've learned something from this. If I encounter it again, I'll do it differently. What you find if you have that learning mindset is that your transition and everything that happens becomes empowering because you're constantly learning and moving forward through it. Next slide. Fourth, I would say learn to communicate with confidence. This is what I believe based on what I have seen. Be. Why is that? Well, my language reveals what I really believe about myself. It is what I have programmed myself to be. I sometimes work with people who have what I call shaky self-confidence. When that happens, my encouragement is begin to speak with confidence. I know you don't feel it, but start talking with confidence. What they find is when they speak with confidence, they begin to act with confidence. It's an amazing process because as they're speaking it, it builds trust. They're actually using their language to reprogram what they believe about themselves. And over time, they become the person that they say they are. So if your confidence is a little weak, just start speaking with confidence because you'll find it makes all the difference. Next slide. Next slide. Okay. I would also say seek resilient people. You know, you're going to be going out, making new associations, meeting new people, and I think it's very important with whom we spend our time. We are more influenced by people, colleagues, than often we imagine. So as you're forming new relationships, surround yourself with people that are resilient. What does that mean? People that are positive, people that are adaptable, people that have emotional strength. What you find is that resilient people are people that encourage others. They're people that will nourish you. You can be vulnerable with people who are resilient because, in fact, you can share your struggles, talk about that, and reach out for support to them, and they're happy to give it. So as you're going off to college and doing new things, think about, let me look for really a cadre of people that are resilient and who can really support me and nourish me in my journey. Last slide. And lastly, I would say focus on your personal vision. And that is, think about what does success look like for you. So often when I'm working with executives who are going to a new role, and we talk about personal vision, their vision is around their career. Well, this is what I hope for my new job and what I want to accomplish. Now that's great, But your personal vision needs to be a life vision, because careers are executed within the context of your whole life. So when you think about your personal vision, think holistically. That does a couple of things. One, it helps you to be clear about your values, helps you avoid detours. I worked with a young man several years ago who was part of an organization that was acquired by a larger organization. And unlike many who were downsized, Dan was actually offered a higher level job, more responsibility, more money, so it looked like a great opportunity for him. As we talked about it, whether or not he would take it and the pros and cons, he said, well, one of my values is to be a present parent. He had 2 small children, and he said, if I pursue this, it's really in conflict with the larger vision of who I want to be. So he turned it down. So just think about, what is my vision? What are the values associated with that? That helps you to make choices. It also helps you to stay on track and not get sidetracked. One writer has called achieving your vision the champagne moment, and I like that, because that's really an opportunity to step back when you've achieved your most important goals, to celebrate and say, I did it, I accomplished it. Last slide. So to recap, I would say look for success, experience each day, learn from everything, communicate with confidence, seek resilient people, and focus on your personal vision. Well, thank you so much. Okay. Do I have a few minutes for questions? Sure. Any questions? Anything people want to ask or share? Yeah.
This is a conversation we actually had on the way here today. We were talking about...
First, and some of you that are parents know that's probably a pretty common dilemma. Okay. I encourage people to not feel they have to decide on their career day one in college. So try a few things, see where her interests are, see what she's good at. So I think some experimentation is very good for young people entering their career. I would have to say 75% of the people I work with started out thinking they were going to be in one career and wound up doing another one because it was more satisfying. So encourage her to experiment. Don't feel pressured to make a decision, but just try some things and see where her interests are and go about it that way. Other questions? Yes.
Any advice on how to pick the right group of people to hang out with?
Okay. Yes, okay. Yeah, okay. Let me ask you this, because I said that it's important to be with resilient people, people who are positive, people who are adaptable, people who are supportive. For 9 million points toward graduation, how do you decide, how do you find those kind of people? What do I look for if I want someone who's positive, who's adaptable, who's supportive? What are some clues to that? Yes? Okay. Okay. So let me ask you this. How do you know they're positive? Yes. Yes, yeah. Yeah, the kind of activities they're involved with, all of that, yeah. Anything else? So I certainly listen to their language. I look at the kind of things they're spending time on. Anything else? I would say this around the adaptable, because again, there are lots of changes that you're going to be facing in college. And so I look for people that when change comes, there are new challenges, they're up to it. They're not daunted by it. They actually see it as more exciting. So that would be something else I look for. So all of those qualities and characteristics I would look for. Does that answer your question, Larry? Okay. Any other questions? Going once? Well, thank you for inviting me. Best wishes to all of you that are starting college. You're starting off in a great trajectory with what you have done with Rotary, so I just wish you the best.
So we'd like to thank you so much for being here today and giving our students this wonderful information. And now we'd like to present you with this wonderful speaker, and then also this gift from us at JOB1.
Nice, I didn't know I'd get this.
Thank you so much for coming. Now is all the great time that we are here for, which is to recognize all of our wonderful students, those here in person and those on Zoom. A couple of students couldn't make it, but we are just really excited to be able to have this time with our students as we can. So I would like to call up each student and give them a certificate. And Lisa, can you help me? Vic Mercado.
There you go.
Anaya Willis. Look up. Vic.
Don't make me do this every time. Okay, you want to take one with Lolita? Yeah, you take one.
You take one. Samaya Morgan.
In the mic. Here,
I'm sorry, Samaya Morgan.
here she comes.
Xavier. I don't want to butcher your last name, Xavier, so I'm not going to do it. And then for the students that are not here in person, we have Justine Rosnick. She's on, I saw her on Zoom earlier. Benjamin Cole. Claire McGinty. Brandon Ching. Ashley Brown. Annabelle Graham. And Mia Jacobs. Now this is my fun part where I get to give away money. So our students also applied for our college award program, in which I pointed out before is part of our internship program, in which we give up to $2,500 to our students to help them in their college careers. Moving forward, we've been able to start to establish that this is not only a one-year scholarship. They can now apply for the next continuing 4 years that they are in school, because we realize that, you know, it's funny how college doesn't get less expensive as you go further on into college. So we want to be here to continue to support our students as they finish their college careers, and we want them to know that they can always come back to Rotary 1 and ask us for assistance, mentorship, and that we are here for them as they move forward. So the students that are receiving a college award are Teresa Pan, Justine Rosnick, Mia Jacobs, Brandon Ching, Xavier, and Anaya Willis. Those that are here, can you, Xavier, Teresa. Teresa and Xavier. And so this year we decided that every student will receive the full college award of $2,500. Thank you. We can get it together in the next one. Our next award is the Carl Zimmerman Award. Carl Zimmerman was also the chair of JOB1 a couple of years ago, and he was such a great Rotarian. He was a great friend, and he loved JOB1. He was the owner of Steadfast Technologies, and he was just such a great and bright light. And so when he suddenly passed away, we definitely wanted to memorialize him in something that he believed in, which was helping our students. So the Carl Zimmerman Award is given to a student who exudes service.
I just wanted to say, it's just been so wonderful that you people have honored Carl in this way by creating a scholarship in his name. Carl cared deeply about education. He thought education was the world's greatest engine for achievement and personal development, not only for the individuals, but also for us as citizens in this world. And he spent a lot of time in that endeavor. So it's such an honor to be here to represent his memory. I want to congratulate the interns this year and the hard work that you've done. As Vivette said, you may go into this career that you have spent the summer studying, and you may have some other ones as you go on with your life, and that's okay. What you've learned is experience. You've learned to work in the world of work. You've learned how to further goals and objectives of an organization and of yourself, and to bring focus to your future. So I wish you all the best of luck and a fulfilled life ahead of you. And I also want to thank the employers who opened their desks and their offices to these interns to give them an opportunity and to mentor with them. It's great, it's so important, and they know they can come back to you as they may need in the future. So thank you again very much for this honor to my son, Carl.
So this year we are doing 3 Carl Zimmerman Awards, which is an additional $1,000 college award for our students. And they are going to Brandon Chang, Justine Rosnick, and Xavier. Come on up here, baby. Thank you. So, those are all of our college awards that we're giving out today. Congratulations to all of you students, and we look forward to hearing from you again next year and knowing how you progress and all the great accomplishments that you have moving forward in your college careers. And I would be remiss if I didn't remind everyone again, this wonderful silent auction is open until 7 p.m. this evening to help us to continue to give all of these great scholarships to everyone. I would now like to introduce Lisa Russ, our past president, to give out our employer recognition certificates.
Okay. Thanks, Alita. And as Kathy just said, thank you so much to our absolutely wonderful employers. And we may have some on Zoom that aren't able to be with us today, and we may have some also in our Zoom audience that have participated in the past. And you really create this opportunity and make it all happen. So we have a safe haven. That's Nellie Vasquez Rowland. And Angela, are you here today? There she is. Thanks, Angela. Clint Krislov and Associates. I know Clint couldn't be here today, but I think some of these employers sounds like they're continuing to be a little bit of a slave driver, considering some of the students who are not here today. I don't think either of Clint's are. So wherever you are, congratulations and thank you, Clint. We have Lakefront Children's Academy, and that's Cheryl Rogers, and we really appreciate Lakefront's involvement over the past several years. Our own Alita Williams and Loquacious Culinary Events. Alita, I don't know who does it all. Natalie Loma, Boutique. Natalie, you're here. Thank you so much, Natalie. Come on up. Next is, we honored this lady a couple years ago. It's Paula Facias from Pause. I know a couple of her interns are with us today, and what a wonderful organization. So thank you, Paula, wherever you are. And who worked with Paula? Right, that's right, Vic. And Vic had a wonderful experience. I was able to talk to Vic, and Vic's mom is here too. Jim Buick and the Roscoe Company. Thank you, Jim. And Julia's here too. Roscoe's been long friends of JOB1 and the Rotary Club of Chicago. So thank you so much for being here and for being with us today, Jim, and participating in this. Last but not least, Steadfast. And we've got Paul and Jose. Thank you so much. This was Carl Zimmerman's company that he founded, and Steadfast is continuing the tradition of participating in JOB1, and we just couldn't thank you enough. So thank you so much, Steadfast. And I think we got them all.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you. So we would like for you all to hear from an employer's perspective why JOB1 is so important and why employers participate. So we're going to invite Jim Buick from Roscoe to come up and say a couple of words on why JOB1 is so important.
Yeah, I hear I'm getting applause from the back table. Go Roscoe. So JOB1 was started as a signature project for the Rotary Club of Chicago many years ago. And it was in conjunction, it was as a result of Mayor Daley looking for us to participate in a civic way, another civic way. And I will tell you, over the years, we've been so fortunate to have a number of excellent interns, some of which who have come back year after year to Roscoe or during winter breaks and whatnot. And so we've really benefited a great deal from the program. As an employer, you benefit much more than the salary that you provide. These students open your eyes to a lot of opportunities, and they let you see the future workforce that's coming towards you. So it's been an excellent experience. Once again, this summer by far our best JOB1 experience. And we took a pause for a little while, but I'm so glad we came back. And I so appreciate my daughter Julia handling our intern, working with our intern this year, Teresa Pan, and she did a wonderful job and put a lot of time into the effort. So thank you very much. If you have ever been on the fence about JOB1, I would strongly encourage you to participate next year. The benefits you'll receive are far outweigh the costs. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Jim. I echo that. I think this year, through everything, my two interns were amazing, Anaya and Samaya. Hi, as they're waving at me in the back. They just brought so much light and so much fun to the opportunity. I'm sure all of our employers can think the same. And so our member page, each one bring one. That's our, in order for this club to thrive as a club, to continue to do the great projects that make you proud to be a part of Rotary One, and to keep delivering the great programs you come to expect from us, we always need to be thinking membership And membership is a responsibility of all of our members. With the advent of Zoom, which will continue as an option even when we get back to in-person meetings like today, it's super easy to invite someone for no charge. If you want text, graphics, advice, whatever you need to reach out to friends or colleagues and invite them to a meeting, reach out to the office, myself, Marga, membership chair Laura Enns, and call on Rotary members to think of one person you can invite to each of our future meetings. I'd like to invite Neetha, our PR and Marketing Committee Chair, to come up and talk about our meet and greet. Ha ha.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks, Alita. Congratulations again to everybody for participating in the program. So this Thursday at the Chicago Athletic Association, we have the PR meet and greet for anybody interested in joining this fun committee where we plan and promote events like this one today. So that's at 6 p.m. Until 8 o'clock at the Chicago Athletic Club. I don't know the exact address. It's at 12 South Michigan on the second floor. So please join us. And it will just be an informal gathering where we'll just share ideas of what's coming up next. Thank you. And also Mark Smith, the co-chair, will be there as well.
Our other upcoming Rotary events on Saturday, August 21st, we'll be having our district assembly at Chicago Marriott Southwest at Burr Ridge. The key speaker is John Hugo. It will be hybrid. There are also other great sessions. The vocational service by Marshall Schmidt and the DEI session led by me will also happen. So anyone that's interested in that, please come out and be a part. We also have the Rotary Zones for Zones 25B and 29 Institute in Houston, Texas on September 7th through the 12th. Please register now for that. And all of our upcoming meetings are on our rotary1.org website. For registration and Zoom information, please go to the website or call our office. And then we have all of our great committee meetings that are coming up. The International Service Committee meeting on August 25th and the Community Service Committee meeting on Thursday, September 2nd, which are all conducted via Zoom. And our next, we just talked about the meet and greet on this coming Thursday. Our normal Friday networking roundtable at the ULC. This is August 20th at noon. August 24th, Dr. Ray Hodgins and the Mothers and Babies Hospital in Nepal will be virtual only. And August 31st, Susan McConnell, the Executive Director and founder of Let It Be Us. And so that is our meeting. And so we always close our meeting with a 4-way test. And if I can get my 2 wonderful interns to come up here and help me lead the 4-way test. I surprised them too. They didn't know they were doing this. Because I love having you all near me. That's why. Right here. Okay. Samaya over here. So we say number 1, and then number 2, number 3, number 4. Okay? And we say it all. Number 1, is it the truth? Number 2, is it fair to all concerned? Number 3, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And number 4, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you for joining us today.